Hey guys, welcome to a new video and the next installment in my Making an 18th Century Dress Out of Ikea Fabric series. I need to come up with a better name for this because this working title doesn't work. The undergarments are now completely finished, my stays are done, my bum pad is done, my chemise is done, and it's time to start working on the actual gown. I am so excited. I cannot wait to see how this will end up looking. But that also means that we are starting with a new pattern. So I will be using this pattern, Simplicity 8161, and this is the pattern that goes with the other one that I've used up until now. So this is the outer garments for that. Looks really cute. This is what I want to make, the gown. The gown with the petticoats. So that consists of three separate pieces. You have your gown, obviously. Then you have a stomacher that sits in between the laced part in front here to kind of hide the gap that creates. And the petticoat, which peeps out from under the skirt, which is split in the front. Basically, you have two garments that would qualify as further under layers, I guess, and the actual proper gown. So I went back to Ikea yesterday to buy some more fabric, because obviously I have my gown fabric, right? I'm gonna use the tulip fabric that I also use for my stays to make the gown. But I wanted something contrasting to do the insides with. And at first I was really hoping for a yellow or a red, because I feel like that would really pop and make this stand out. I love Ikea for fabric, right? They use organic cotton, recycled polyester for their polyester. Most of the stuff is organic cotton. It's really affordable, it's easy to access. The selection of fabrics is limited. I was really hoping for a yellow or a red, but they didn't have any of their yardage in yellow or red. And honestly, the only colorful fabrics they had in general were other prints and patterns, and I just won't do. I'm not a fan of pattern mixing, and none of them would have worked for it anyway, color-wise. So I even tried to check the bedding and the curtains to see if there was anything there that I could use, and I did find a nice yellow in the bedding section, but it would have been 70 euros for just one sheet, and I would have needed two. In the end, I ended up picking this fabric, which is a fairly natural look linen. It is slightly more taupey, I guess, but it's a very stick and 30 material that I think is gonna work well for the purpose that I have it for, and it matched the tulip by far the best, both in color and in texture. I think even though the color isn't super flashy or exciting, I think the texture difference, let me come up close so you can see that. The texture difference is going to make it so that it's still visually interesting. And I will probably try and add some yellow or red in the trimmings of the dress. First of all, I need to make a petticoat and the stomacher out of this fabric. So both of those are one size for the entire pattern. Should be really straightforward to make. I'm gonna need to do more boning. But first, let's cut out my pattern pieces and start assembly. Alright, I have 6 strips of skirt here, and I am now going to attach 3 together for the front of the skirt and 3 for the back of the skirt, and I am then going to pleat them using their respective pleating guides. The pattern comes with 2 of these, one for the front, one for the back, and I will have to figure out how to use them, but I'm gonna start by simply just attaching 3 of these together and then doing that again. And that's gonna be the base of my petticoat. The skirt is more or less finished. All it needs now are ties here so that you can tie it on the side. This is a very interesting skirt shape. I will get to the ties later, as well as the hemming. Those are the last steps I need for the petticoat. I really want to get started on the stomacher because I'm really excited to see how that will come out. I have my pieces here. I decided to just use the same fabric for both the outer part and the lining. So I'm just gonna join those together, sew my boning channels, and then insert the boning. This should be really quick and easy to make. Another part of the dress is done. I ran into a couple issues, I guess you could say. First of all, the skirt wasn't quite as one size fits all as I thought. You had to choose a size for the waistband. This is where I kind of struggle because I am not sure whether I should choose a size 12, which is what the measurements on the envelope say I should choose, or a size 8, which is the size I ended up needing for my stays, or maybe a size 10, which is in between. I just went with a 12, which is, again, what the measurements say. I really want to trust the measurements, but I don't think I'm going to do that anymore because the waistband is too big. There is a lot of room and it's drooping off of my waist. So I think I'm going to have to make a 10 or an 8 when I do make the actual gown. But other than that, I mean, I can easily take the waistband in a little bit. And other than that, I think it looks great. I absolutely love the pleats. And I love the way this looks over the bum pad. I mean, we're getting so close to an 18th century gown. Like, I can't believe it. I still do need to hem it, but I had to put on my undergarments for that. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do a little hem because I'm fairly tall. For the stomacher, I just pinned that onto my undergarments so that you could get an idea of what it looks like. But you're supposed to make that with steel boning. I used the zip ties that I had left over. So I basically went from one of the sturdiest types of boning to one of the flimsiest types of boning. And I am not sure if I will be able to get away with that or not. So for the next step, I will really have to pick a size and then start making my gown. But I am loving where this is going. I'm really, really excited. But that is it for this video, guys. In the next one, we're gonna actually start making the gown, and I might have to do a mock-up just to find out what size I need. Yeah, that's gonna be the next installment in this series. But I really hope you enjoyed this video as well, guys. The last of the undergarments. If you did enjoy, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see the rest of this series, but also lots of other sewing, fashion, beauty and lifestyle content. If you'd like to support me through Patreon or my merch store, there are links in the description box below. Thank you so much for your support. There is another video here that I think you might also enjoy. You can go watch next. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!